It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for season 2 of The Walking Dead World Beyond. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the official trailer that they released for season 2 of World Beyond, and we're going to break it down. Now, there's a lot of very interesting stuff in this trailer. Gets me extremely excited about what they're doing in season 2 of World Beyond, but the only thing that I'm disappointed about is how much they revealed in this trailer. I feel like they revealed just a little too much in this trailer. Things that I think would have been better for them to save for season 2 itself. There's actually a big reveal about a crossover character in this trailer, which we're gonna take a look at. I'm actually gonna go through the most interesting and revealing scenes from the trailer. So with that said, stay tuned. We'll be right back to break this down. Alright, as always, before we jump into this, if you're not a subscriber and enjoy the content by the end, consider subscribing to join our community, share and smash the like button, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's dive right in. So this trailer starts with this shot of a CRM helicopter in the sky, and then in the voiceover, Huck says, "This place," referring to the Civic Republic, and then we have this shot of an area at or near the Civic Republic. Obviously we see the helicopter in the sky there, and then we have this shot of Hope with 2 CRM soldiers. They're taking her somewhere. Now obviously she's not going to be treated badly. She's gonna live in luxury, and also we do see her wearing uniforms with the CRM logo on it, so that's very interesting. And then we have this shot of CRM soldiers on a Jeep. There's obviously a machine gun on the Jeep, but we do see that they are in some sort of a facility. Now, I don't necessarily think this is at the Civic Republic itself, but I do think it's one of the Civic Republic's facilities. Research facility, military facility, or maybe even a facility that they take the people that they find that are most gifted, where Hope would be going to. We obviously do see some civilians around as well, so it's not like there's only soldiers there. And then we have this shot, which is actually Huck talking to Silas. She says it's safe. So this goes back to the voiceover that we heard initially. This place, it's safe. And obviously we do see that they might be in some sort of a cell or a holding block. So what I'm assuming is happening here is that Huck is talking to Silas, who was actually captured by the CRM at the end of season 1. And he might have been captured and put in some sort of a prison. And I think what Huck is saying here is trying to reassure Silas that this place is a good place, despite the circumstances and the fact that he's a prisoner at the moment. And then Huck says, "is for everybody." So this place is good, it's safe for everybody. Goes back to what I said, she's just trying to reassure Silas that everything is gonna be okay. And then we have this shot of Hope fighting off this walker, and then when the walker falls, it's revealed that the person that's observing her is none other than Elizabeth Kublek. So it looks like she's just observing to see how capable Hope is as a survivor. As smart as she might be, it might not be enough, or it's not the only thing that the CRM cares about. They're also interested to see how much of a survivor she is and how capable she is. So she might be tested here or something along those lines. And then we have this, which is part of Elizabeth Kublek's speech. "Today we honor a part of us." Now, obviously she has a microphone in front of her, and it looks like she's looking at a camera, so it looks like she's being recorded. So she's talking to people who I think are part of the Alliance of the Three that the CRM had with Omaha Colony as well as the Portland Colony. And she's just talking to the residents of those communities. She's going to tell them this news that the Omaha Colony was destroyed. Now obviously she's not gonna say that they were the aggressors. She's gonna make it seem like they were there to help. We, the audience, know what happened. But I think she's just trying to reveal to the Alliance of Three that there is no more Alliance of the Three. And then we have this shot of a sea of walkers approaching, and then in the voiceover, Elizabeth Kublek says fallen campus colony. So today we honor the fallen campus colony. This goes back to what I mentioned. And then we have this shot of Hope inside some sort of a room. Now, obviously, this doesn't look like it's inside the Civic Republic or one of their facilities or one of their outposts. This looks like it's outside the safe walls of whatever settlement or community or facility that the CRM might have set up. So what is Hope doing there? Obviously, we see walkers approaching. I think this might go back to what I said earlier. I think they're testing Hope to see how much of a fighter she is, how capable she is. Then we have this shot, which is very interesting. We have Huck, Elizabeth Kublek, and Hope. They're on top of some sort of a roof and they're looking at the skyline of some sort of a city. This is actually right after they land their helicopter, and this is actually the first thing that they're probably going to show Hope after they took her in terms of what they have going on. Now, I don't think this is the Civic Republic or one of their outposts or anything like that, but I do think that Elizabeth Kublek is just showing the outside world and what the world has turned into, you know what I mean? Then we have this shot of Iris and Hope talking. Hope says, "Our home is gone. We are all we have." To which Iris replies, "Yeah, I know." Now, this is very interesting because it reveals that the sisters are reunited. A bit of a big reveal in terms of something that they put in the trailer. Then we have this pretty interesting shot of Silas. He has an orange armband, and also it looks like he's in some sort of a work camp at the Civic Republic military. Now, the reason why I think they're wearing the orange armbands is I think that the orange armbands are supposed to identify people who are supposed to work certain areas or certain jobs or something like that. But we do see him killing this walker right here. This is a pretty awesome, brutal, gruesome scene. And then we have this shot of Dr. Leo Bennett talking to another doctor, I think. He says, "We're working to stop the monsters," aka finding a cure. Now, the way he says this is weird, is not something that a doctor would say to another doctor. So that leads me to think that the doctor that he's talking to is a newcomer, like a new doctor or a new researcher at their facility. And then we have this shot, which is very interesting. We have someone with their hand on a glass. There's blood everywhere. Now, we don't see who this is. It might not even be anyone we know, but it's very interesting. In the voiceover, Dr. Leo Bennett continues to say, "and to save people from turning into monsters." So it goes back to them trying to find a cure. And then we have this shot, which is one of the test subjects that the researchers have. This is the exact same test subject that we actually saw in one of the after credits scenes in one of the episodes in season 1. And if you remember, this test subject actually used to be a doctor or a researcher as well. And then we have this shot of another researcher or doctor at the Civic Republic Research Lab looking at the test subject. And then we have this shot, which is very interesting. She is actually talking to Iris and Hope, the sisters. So this reveals that not only are the sisters reunited, but they are at the Civic Republic Research Facility. She says none of us will be safe as long as this exists in the world, referring to the walkers. And obviously we can see another experimentation, I'm assuming, that the researchers are doing. And then we have this pretty interesting shot of what appears to be Felix hitting Huck across the head with something. Now, I don't think that Huck is gonna die, but I do think that she gets knocked out. Now, there will be another scene that's gonna be coming up where we have the two of them talking, which may be either before or after this. Then we have this shot of Huck looking up, and she has a headset. It appears that she's looking at a helicopter, and obviously the headset could be her talking to the pilot or something along those lines. And then we have this pretty interesting shot of Silas with his hands up, two CRM soldiers pointing weapons at him. So it looks like he might have tried to escape or something to that effect. And in the voiceover, Felix says, "You're enjoying the game," which is very interesting. Not exactly sure what to make of that. Another thing that he says connects to that, which I'll get to, but then we get this pretty interesting shot. So we have two CRM soldiers arresting Felix. Now, obviously, this also reveals that the CRM captured not only Hope, but also Iris, Felix, and Will, which is, again, another thing that I think is a big reveal to put in the trailer. But keep your eye on that particular CRM soldier that doesn't have a helmet. He's seen right here as well. Obviously, we see CRM soldiers inside some sort of a research lab or facility, and it looks like the person that doesn't have a helmet on, it looks like he's in charge. And obviously we see this CRM soldier right here. He looks like one of those guys that you see in spy movies, so that's pretty awesome. And then we have this shot of Felix saying, so we change how we play. Goes back to what he said previously, which was, you're enjoying the game. Not sure what to make of this, but what I'm assuming he means here is that we have to play the game as well, just like the CRM is, which is interesting. Then we have this shot of Percy with a pretty sophisticated rifle, sniper rifle actually. Now obviously this type of weapon is something that only the CRM would have, so I'm assuming that Percy might have snatched this off of a CRM soldier. He has the sniper rifle pointed at none other than Huck right here. Or I think that's Huck, so that's very interesting. We have this shot of Percy talking to someone. It might be one of the sisters. He says they're the reason the only family we got is dead. He's obviously referring to the CRM and the fact that they killed everyone at the Omaha colony, and also they were the reason why his uncle was murdered. And then we have this shot of the CRM soldier that I mentioned, who looks like a person from a spy movie. This actually gets me very intrigued about what they might be doing with the CRM soldiers, specifically in World Beyond. Then we have this pretty interesting shot of a walker, but there's a head growing out of its stomach or something like that. This is a very weird shot. This could be like a mutation that happened because of some sort of an experiment that the researchers at the Civic Republic military were doing in their labs. I could be wrong, but that could be what this is. And then we have this shot of a test subject, and obviously we can see Hope is right there. Now obviously Hope is not gonna die here, but what this does tell us is that she might be contemplating committing suicide. And then we have this shot of Huck talking to Felix. Huck says, why did we kill thousands of people? Referring to what they did to the campus colony of Omaha. And then we have this shot of Felix asking, why didn't you tell us? So questioning why she kept it a secret all along, how she was a CRM double agent all along. And then Dr. Leo Bennett looks at substances that I'm assuming they're using as part of their experimentation. So we can see Dr. Leo Bennett here. And then we see CRM soldiers have a bomb attached to this walker right here. Not exactly sure what they're doing, why they're doing that, but I'm assuming they're gonna explain that. But in the voiceover, Iris says, we're gonna find out what the CRM is up to, and then we're gonna burn the place down. Obviously, Iris is talking to Hope. Now, I doubt she's gonna do this. I mean, for one, Rick Grimes already called dibs on this, but in all seriousness, she probably doesn't know exactly about how big of a threat the CRM are. And then we have this shot of the sisters. Hope has a gun pointed at someone. Now this could be one of two things. They could either be shooting someone who may have been bit or injured to put them out of their misery, or they might be executing someone. I'm leaning towards the first, but I could be wrong. Then we have this shot of newcomers, new characters. Now these characters are actually characters that we're gonna meet in the work camp that Silas is gonna go to. The person on the right, that female character, is actually gonna find Elton at some point, which is very interesting. Then we have this shot of Percy killing this walker. I might be wrong, but Percy might be bit here. Then we have this shot of a CRM soldier being shot by Dr. Leo Bennett, which is very interesting. So he switches sides. Maybe it's because he found out what the CRM did to the Omaha colony. Then we have this shot of Elton with this new female character that we saw who was in a work camp. So this leads me to think that either Elton was also captured, or this female character ran away and found Elton at some point. Then we get another shot, which I think is a big reveal to put in a trailer, but we can obviously see the sisters reuniting with their father. They're inside some sort of a gated area. We can see a CRM soldier in the background. And then we can see this shot of Dr. Leo Bennett looking at someone. Now that could be Hope or Silas. I think it might be Silas now that I look at it. Initially I thought it was Hope, but it could be Silas. But CRM soldiers have their guns pointed at Dr. Leo Bennett. Not sure why. He did something that was against protocol. This might even be after he murdered one of the CRM soldiers. Then we have another shot which I think is also a big reveal. Huck shoots this person. We don't see who they are, but it looks like Elizabeth Kublek from this angle. So she might be killing her own mother. She could be shooting another CRM soldier, that's a possibility, but from this angle it looks like Elizabeth Kublek. And again, it's a big reveal to put in the trailer. And then we have this shot of someone getting bit. Look at what they're wearing. That was exactly what Elton was wearing. Maybe because of his jacket and the fact that it's very resilient to bites, maybe he doesn't get bit. And then we have this shot which is connected to the speech that Elizabeth Kublek gives. She says, "May God bless us all." So she's just playing the innocent leader card and she's trying to brainwash the people that are listening. And then we get this shot of Elizabeth Kublek and a CRM soldier looking at some sort of a city and they're watching it being bombed. Now this is a pretty good looking city, like a pretty nice colony. They have a windmill there, they have some nice buildings there. So why are they destroying it? This could be one of two things. Either they are destroying the main campus colony of Omaha. So obviously the campus colony that we saw was just one of their satellite stations or satellite communities. This might be the actual campus colony of Omaha. And they might be doing to it exactly what they did to the satellite location. But at the same time, this could be the Portland colony. And they might be doing to the Portland colony exactly what they did to the campus colony of Omaha. This could be a flashback. But we can obviously see a sea of walkers approaching the community. And then we can see explosions going off. And we can see right here CRM soldiers inside one of the buildings. Now, this might not be connected to the previous one, but if it is, that means that the CRM may not care about killing some of their own soldiers. You know what I mean? So that's very interesting. Then we have this shot, which is interesting. Silas pointing his gun at someone. He's crying. So again, either he's killing someone to put them out of their misery, someone who might have been injured or bit, or he's executing someone. And then we have this pretty interesting shot of a walker, but wait, it's not a walker. It's a whisper mask, and underneath it, it's a CRM soldier. It's a mindfuck, to be completely honest with you. Now, I don't know exactly who this is. This CRM soldier could be someone that we actually see at the end of this trailer, a crossover character, but some things don't make sense. Some things don't line up. This is definitely a whisper strategy, and nobody in World Beyond knows about the whispers to know that strategy. So it's a little weird that they would be doing this, you know what I mean? This could be because someone else had the same idea as the whispers, but it's a little too convenient for that to be the case. The other way to explain this is that this CRM soldier used to be a whisper. That might be a very interesting direction to go with things, and it might explain this. But I hope whatever they do, they explain why this person is wearing a whisper mask. Also, going back to what I said earlier, if this is in fact the crossover character, it still doesn't make sense because that crossover character wasn't around in The Walking Dead's original show when the Whispers were around. She left way before the Whispers came along. And this is the character reveal right here, the crossover character reveal. So we can see someone who's actually wearing uniform that regular CRM soldiers don't wear. So she's definitely an upper ranking CRM soldier. In the voiceover, she says, "I know that the Civic Republic is the last light of the world," which is something that actually Elizabeth Kublek said in season 1. And then she says, "My purpose is to create new era on the planet." Pretty self-explanatory, not much to say there. But then boom, this is the character reveal. The crossover character is none other than Anne or Jadis. Now, a few things. I'm excited about this. It's cool that we see Anne in World Beyond. This definitely means that there's gonna be a connection to the movies in some shape or form. I am underwhelmed because we kind of saw this coming, so it's not that shocking. Also, it's disappointing that they put it in the trailer. This is something that I think they shouldn't have put in the trailer. But I'm intrigued to see what they're gonna do and how Jadis is gonna fit into the whole CRM story in season 2. Obviously, she's not a regular soldier, so it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with her. In the voiceover, she says, "Hope we get to catch up while I'm here." Obviously, she's talking to someone we know, and obviously, that person is none other than Rick Grimes. It can't be anyone else. But I'm definitely intrigued to see whether they're gonna have Rick speak on the radio or whether they're not gonna do any of that. But that's pretty much it as far as this breakdown goes. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. If you did, make sure to share and smash the like button. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to join our community. Share and smash the like button and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.